Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. And if you read the title, I know you're probably looking at me like, girl, what the hell? But listen, welcome to the first story time on my channel. Okay, everybody go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, share, and all of that. I've decided to start telling story times because a couple of my friends have told me that my life is like a movie. They said I should write a book, but I'm not taking time to do all of that when I could tell a story in 30 minutes or less. Okay, so let's get into it. So let's talk about the time that my friend, and I'm using that term loosely here because what she did in the story would prove to me that she is really not my friend, okay? But let's talk about the time that my friend took me to a trap house against my will. For a man, of all things, a man. So, little bit of backstory. We were in high school. It was freshman year of high school. So that would make me about 13 or 14. I'm gonna say 14 because I think it was second semester when this happened and my birthday is in December. So let's say 14. And freshman year of high school, I only hung out with about 4 other people. And when I say hung out, I mean around school because my mama wasn't playing that. We wasn't hanging out doing shit outside of school. I mean, they were, but I wasn't. So I was kind of the odd one out because those are my school friends and that was it. And I'm not even going to name all 4 of them because all 4 of them are not relevant to this story. Just know that 3 out of the 4 had quite the reputation for themselves around school. There was a lot of rumors floating around that they was doing a lot of things, you know, that they used to get down, that they might have been thotting and bopping. Some of the rumors were true, some of them were not, okay? But because they had that reputation, the 3 of them were referred to as 3FHOTT, which stood for 3 freshman hoes of, the TT was my school name, it was the letters in my school's name. This story is about one of the members of 3FHOTT, and I won't say her real name, we're gonna call her Ashley. Ashley was a wild girl. Ashley was very much street running a lot. She was outside. Keep in mind that we were freshmen in high school. That girl was outside. And I don't know if it's that she was sneaking, if it's that her parents just weren't that strict. I don't know what the case was, so I'm not even gonna speak to that. Just know the girl was outside. And when I say outside, I mean like we were freshmen in high school and she was trying to figure out ways to sneak to visit a man in jail, but she couldn't do it because she was a minor and there was paperwork that had to be done. Whole lot, but that type of outside. And she was the only one of us in the group that had a car because, again, we're freshmen in high school, so none of us really should have had a car. But she had one, so we used to take her car every day to leave campus for lunch and things of that nature. But just to reiterate exactly how outside that girl was, that girl went and got the man that she was trying to sneak into jail to visit, she got his name tattooed on her while we were freshmen in high school. It got covered up eventually, but I'm just trying to give y'all perspective. So being that Ashley was the only one of us who had a car, and we used to take her car whenever we wanted to go somewhere during school, one Sunday she reached out to me to ask me if I wanted to go to the mall with her. And I wanted to go, I just had to ask my mom first, and it's rare that she let me go do things, because she's kind of a helicopter parent. No shade, mama, if you see this. But I asked her and she actually agreed, which, like I said, was rare, so I was hype about it. So I let Ashley know, like, yes, to go. Let's go to the mall. Now, I'm from Fort Worth, Texas, and if anybody's familiar with that area, I lived in Meadowbrook at the time, which is on the east side of Fort Worth. So the closest mall to me would have been Northeast Mall. It's like a 10 to 12 minute drive from my house. So that's where I told my mom we were going, to Northeast Mall, 10 to 12 minutes away, okay? She picked me up. It was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We did not end up going to Northeast Mall. She ended up taking me to Parks Mall, which is a little bit further in the other direction. It's about 25 minutes away from my house. Still not a big deal, but in hindsight, probably should have been a red flag because why are we not going where we said we were gonna go? Anyways, we get out, We go into the mall. We've been in like a store or two. We've only been in there for like 15 minutes. Neither one of us got money like that because we're freshmen in high school. And we're in a store. She gets a call from this guy named Mike. Now, I had heard Mike's name before. I'm aware of who he is because she had been messing with him for a minute. I had never met him. Now, keep in mind, Mike is in his early 20s. And like I said, we're like 14 years old. We're freshmen in high school. And in this story, I will be saying Mike and his homeboys' real names because shouldn't have been messing with kids, nigga. So yeah, like I said, Mike was in his early 20s. So I'm already not his biggest fan. I'm already side-eyeing him because why don't women your age like you? Why are you trying to mess with high school girls? Like even back then I had that foresight. That was never exciting to me when older guys would try to talk to me or talk to us because I always found it weird. Like, what you want? Is you cool? So anyways, Mike called her while we're at the mall, and I'm guessing Mike must have told her to pull up on him or something like that. I couldn't hear what he was saying on the other end of the phone, but I'm guessing that he said pull up because after she got off the phone with him, she looked at me and said, we're leaving. We're going to Mike's apartment. Hold on. I didn't want to go for several reasons. One, like I told y'all, I don't trust no grown-ass man that's trying to mess with teenage girls. Something is wrong with you. Two, I don't know that man. Stranger danger. I don't want to go over there. I don't want to go over there. Leave me out of it. And I'm telling her this. I'm not in that many words. I didn't say I feel like he's a weird-ass nigga for talking to underage girls. But I just told her I didn't want to go. And she told me that either I was going to go with her to his apartment or she was going to leave me at the mall. Now, hindsight is 20/20, okay? And me now, 25-year-old me, would have told 14-year-old me to tell that bitch she can leave and then just call your mom to come get you from the mall. But I was 14, so I was dumb, okay? 14-year-old me went through the thought process in my head, and I'm like, okay, I don't want to end up stranded at the mall by myself. And I don't want to call my mom to come get me because she already damn near don't let me go nowhere. And if I got to call her and explain this situation, I'm definitely not going nowhere again. So I'm going to just ride with her. It'll be fine. So we leave the mall. We go to her car. But then when we get in the car, I start telling her again, I don't really want to go. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. And she goes, okay, fine. You don't have to go with me. I'll go ahead and take you home. So I'm thinking everything is cool. We pull off from the mall. She starts driving in the opposite direction of home. What are you doing? And then she looks at me and goes, I'm not taking you home yet. We're going to Mike's house. And then she puts in the address to an apartment complex in Mesquite, Texas, which is an hour away from where I lived. And just to recap, mind you, I told my mama that we was going to a mall that was 15 minutes away. Now we're going to a whole nother city that is an hour away in the opposite direction. Okay, so the whole hour car ride there is so silent and awkward because I'm irritated as hell. Because you got me in the car under false pretenses. You told me you was taking me home. Why are we going to this man's house? Anyways, so we finally pull up an hour later outside the apartment complex and we park. I tell her I'm gonna stay in the car. And she tells me, okay, I promise I'll be quick. I just hope Paris isn't in there. Now I'm trying to figure out who the hell is Paris. And she tells me Paris is Mike's roommate, but she be talking to Paris too, so she don't want to get caught going in with Mike. I be trying to support all women, but some of you bitches are very dumb, okay? Because what? First of all, out of all of the niggas in the world, you gonna mess with two that are roommates, live together, and just hope that one don't catch you messing with the other one. Not only that, they grown men, you a little girl. but you just hope that parents don't catch you walking in with Mike. None of it is making sense, and all of it is irritating me more than I was already irritated, but I just let her do her, because at this point, what can I do? So I tell her I'm staying in the car. She gets out, goes upstairs, because it's a second floor apartment in the complex. Now, mind you, the girl said, I promise I'll be quick. I'm sitting in the car for like 30-ish minutes when I get a text from her telling me that Mike said, come up. He's coming outside to get you. I thought about driving off in her car. I really did. Only reason I didn't is because I wasn't driving yet. I didn't know how to drive yet, for real. I was 14. And also, I don't need a Grand Theft Auto charge on me. That's just really not cute. But I'm trying to figure out why I'm supposed to care that Mike said come up. Who is Mike to me? Mike is not my damn daddy, okay? And then I got even more irritated when I see a dark-skinned 5'5" man coming down the stairs walking towards the car. Nothing against short men. It's just that I'm 5'10". I've been a tall girl for a very long time. So I don't really take too kindly to a 5'5" man trying to tell me what to do, especially when I already don't like you and I'm already looking at you crazy because you're a 20-something-year-old man messing with minor girls. Clown. So I get out the car. I decide to cooperate because I'm here now, so might as well. And so when I get out, I'm asking him like, yo, are you Mike? And he tries to introduce himself as some street name. I forget what he said they call him, but I'm like, nigga, she said Mike was coming out here to get me, so are you Mike or not? Because I'm not doing this. And he goes, yeah, man, I'm Mike. And walks me into the apartment. When we get in the apartment, there's two other men sitting in the living room. One's name is Paris, and I know that for sure. And like I said, I'm saying real names because you shouldn't have been messing with kids. If somebody figures out who you are, they just figure out who you are. I don't remember the other one's real name though, so we're just gonna say his name was Zay because I think it was something close to that. I don't 100% remember. When we walk into the apartment, the two of them are sitting in the living room. Mike introduces them as Paris and Zay, and then Mike disappears off into a back room and closes the door. Ashley is nowhere to be seen in this apartment, so I can only assume that she's in the back room that Mike just walked into. All of the lights are off in the apartment, so we sitting there in the dark looking stupid. And I'm getting even more pissed off because at this point, I'm upset that she put me in this situation, because even if you felt like you were going to be in a situation and you didn't want to be alone in an apartment with whoever, you've now left me alone in a room with two grown-ass men that I don't know. They're strangers to me. And you wasn't thinking about my safety at all. But I'm in there like, oh, so you're Paris, you're the roommate. But then I'm looking around and observing we're in a 1-bedroom apartment. So not only are y'all two grown-ass men that both like to mess with underage girls, y'all are roommates in a 1-bedroom apartment. So now I'm wondering, do y'all take turns with who's gonna sleep in the bed? Do y'all sleep head to toe in the bed? Like, what are we doing? Whose name is on the lease? I don't know. None of it is really my business. I just have questions. Okay. So Paris and Zay start asking me, do I smoke? Because they're in the living room smoking. I didn't at the time. And even in the future, as I've gotten older, the times that I did smoke, I'm not smoking nothing that I did not see you roll. Really, I'm not smoking with just anybody because I don't know you and I don't trust you. Period. And so I say, well, no, I don't smoke. And then they look at each other and laugh and go, oh, okay, well, you must be a drinker. Nigga, I'm 14. I'm neither. But Paris gets up, pours me a drink. I don't know what kind of alcohol it was. And Zay is over there laughing, saying, yeah, I can't fuck with that drinking shit, because you get a DUI off drinking. I don't fuck with that drinking shit. And Paris comes, brings me the drink. I say thank you, but I don't drink any of it. I just sit the cup down on the table. I don't know you. I don't trust you. And I would never allow you to think that I was under the influence of anything and off my square in any way that you could try some shit. No, sir. Can't do it. So I'm really just letting the two of them talk amongst themselves because I don't want to be here. And I don't want to be friends with you niggas. I have nothing to say. And eventually Zay decides that he's going to go to the gas station. And so he leaves, and now it's just me and Paris sitting in the living room with the lights off, and he's trying to keep up a conversation with me, and I'm giving him one-word answers. Are you and her the same age? Yeah. Where you from? 4 word. Like, what are we doing? Why are you talking to me for real? Zay is gone for about 5 minutes before he busts back in the door. Like, he's panicking. Like, you must have saw something scary as hell at the gas station, because why would you run in here like that? Come to find out, I guess they got ops, okay, because he's saying such and such is at the store. It was like 2 or 3 people that he named. Such and such is at the store. What if they try to J me, meaning jump? I'm like, boy, you scary as hell. I ain't say the scary part out loud. I'm just sitting on the couch being quiet and watching the situation play out. So Paris picks a gun up off of the table to hand it to Zay. I hadn't even noticed that the gun was there at this point. I'm looking at it, and it gotta be the smallest gun that I have ever seen. Maybe a baby Glock, I don't know. I don't really know guns like that. I just know the thing was like smaller than the palm of my hand, and it looked like that bitch go pew, pew when you shoot it. Like, it looked like that gun played circus music when you shoot it. Like, it might go puh, puh. I keep a baby Glock. I ain't fighting with no random, period. Not you with this city girl ass gun. But I'm not stupid. I know a gun, no matter how small that it may be, will still put a hole in somebody if you pull the trigger, and somebody might end up dead. And I was also always taught that bullets ain't got no name on them. And for that reason, watch what you doing when you got a gun around me. But Zay ass is not watching what he's doing at all. Paris just handed him this gun, and he waving it around with his finger on the trigger, talking about, is it loaded? What you mean, is it loaded? Are we sure that we trust him with his gun? Because I don't feel safe right now. So while he's waving his gun around, asking, is it loaded, finger all on the trigger, I'm low-key like sliding down in the couch, trying to like duck down just in case this shit actually go off. And I'm looking at him like the goofiest nigga in the world. Like, you're a whole goofball, a duck, Donald Duck, the Affleck Duck. So Paris tells him, yeah, it's loaded. So Zay takes the gun, tucks it in his little waistband, goes back to the store. And it's so crazy to me because I really don't feel like the people at the store had no intentions of killing that boy, because he said, what if they jump me? So at the most, they was probably just gonna beat his ass. You was just scared to get your ass beat, so you walked all the way back to the apartment to get a gun. Which just proves to me that what my dad always told me is true. My dad has told me on more than one occasion that a scared person will kill you. Because a couple of times I've been into it with girls, and I'd be like, yeah, like, I ain't hit her because she obviously didn't want to fight. She was scared. And my dad is like, don't get it twisted. A scared person will kill you because they feel like they fighting for their life. So based on all of that, between the little water pistol and me sitting in here with dudes I don't know, and y'all got ops at the store that he might be finna go shoot because he bitch made, I've decided that I've seen enough. Because they had left, it's just me and Paris in the living room again. Mike and Ashley still back in the room doing whatever they was doing. I didn't want to be there no more. So I decided to tell Paris, hey, I'm about to go get something out the car real quick. I ain't have a damn thing in the car, but I wasn't planning on sitting there with him. So when I go out to the car, I get in, I just sit there. And it's a little bit after like 6:40-ish right now, 6:40 p.m. And I get a text from my mom. Mind you, remember, we've been gone since about 4. She tells me to be home by 7, which is plenty of time if you're just going to the mall, especially because my mama know I ain't have no job or no money. So in the mall for 3 hours is crazy. Like, come back home. And had I been 10 to 12 minutes away, like I said I was gonna be, I could have made it home by 7. Issue is, I'm now an hour away from home. 7 o'clock is in 20 minutes. It ain't no way I'm gonna make it, girl. It's no way I'm gonna make it. And like I said earlier, I don't know if it's that Ashley's parents ain't really care what she was doing and they just let her do whatever. But I know my mama don't play that. Ain't no just doing whatever. So at that point, I had to just call her and tell her the truth and run down the whole situation. I tell her everything. minus the gun part, because my mom worries and she has a tendency to freak out. So I left that part out. But everything about how I done got kidnapped and took to the trap apartment, I told her all of that, okay? And I'm only calling it a trap apartment because it was hella weed on the table, and then the gun was just sitting on the table. We sitting in the dark. You two niggas live here as roommates in this 1-bedroom apartment. Look like a trap to me, okay? And if it ain't a trap, y'all just trifling. So after I tell her the whole situation, even though I didn't tell her about the whole gun thing, she still starts freaking out. She's on the other end of the phone. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And she's telling me to send her Ashley's number right now. She's gonna text her. And so I gave up the number. It is what it is. I had to save myself at that point. Because in reality, my mama can't exactly whoop your ass, but she can whoop mine. Just because your mama don't whoop your ass, my mama whooped my ass. I'm not, I gave her the truth, and I gave her what she was asking for. I sent her that girl's phone number. And y'all might think I'm a messed up person for giving my mama that girl number. But like I said, I had to save myself. Ashley was not black. But in my black household, my black parents whoop ass. And I wasn't getting mine whooped for something that I didn't do, okay? I didn't ask to be here and I don't deserve this. So I gave her the number. My mom hangs up with me and starts blowing Ashley's phone up. And I only know this because when she called me back, she told me this. And Ashley showed me all of the text messages and phone calls when I saw her later. But we'll get there. So my mom is blowing her phone up, texting her, calling her. And the last text that she sent her, she threatened her and said, "You better hope I never get my hands on you." So my mom is back on the phone with me, and she's telling me to call my brother to come get me. Because by this point, it's after 7 o'clock. It's starting to get dark. And my mom doesn't really like driving to unfamiliar places once it gets dark. And I'm an hour away. So I called my brother and I started running the story to him again, just like I'm running it to y'all. Running the story. I do tell him about the gun because he's not my mama. And, you know, he gets the full story. My brother's a lot older than me. He would have been in his 30s, early 30s, and I was in high school. So he didn't live at home with my parents. He had his own family, own house, and was moved out. So it's not like my mama could just go in his room and tell him to come pick me up. So I called him, run him the story, asked him to come get me. I didn't have to say too much. He said he was on his way. It was going to take him an hour to get there, but he was on his way. So I text him the name of the apartment complex because I don't know the exact address. He's on his way. And I'm just sitting in her car in the dark. With the car off too, because she didn't have a lot of gas. She didn't stop on the way. Like 45 minutes after I call my brother, Ashley comes running down the steps to get in the car. The girl get in the car, she got hickeys all down her neck. Hoodie off. She had her undershirt on, hoodie off, looking crazy, okay? She looked just as trifling as them niggas at this point. And she starts telling me, "I seen all your mom's messages." Like, she starts showing them to me. My mama was going off with her. She done texted her like 20 times. She done called like 10 times. And I see the text message where she said, "You better be glad I can't get my hands on you. Or you better hope I never get my hands on you," whichever one. She was like, "So I'm gonna take you home now." It's like, actually, I already called my brother and he's coming to get me. So you don't have to take me home. You can leave if you want, but I'm gonna stay here and wait for him. And then she goes, "Well, I'm not gonna just leave you here." Oh, bitch. Oh, bitch. Excuse me, because when we was at the mall, you was gonna just leave me at the mall. And you just left me in the living room with them two niggas that I don't know, but you're not gonna just leave me here. Okay, I'm so glad you're a great person. So glad. Love that for you. Appreciate it. And like I said, it's about 45 minutes after I called my brother, so it's damn near 8 o'clock at night now. I left home at 4. So we sit there and we wait. About another 15 minutes, my brother pulls up, and as soon as I see his car and get out of her car to get in his car, she burn off. NASCAR race out of the parking lot. Because she thought my mom was going to be in the car with him and she wasn't trying to get her ass whooped. But my mama wasn't. My mama was at home. And when I get in the car with him, he don't pull off immediately. Like, he's sitting there staring at me. And I'm looking at him because I'm wondering what you staring at. And he finally just asked me if I was okay. I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm more irritated than anything. Can we just go home? Which in hindsight, I see why he was concerned, because it could have been a really bad situation. But I wasn't scared. I was irritated as hell. So he takes off towards my house, or my parents' house. And the closer that we're getting to my parents' house, the more nervous I'm getting, because I don't know what response I'm going to get when I walk in the house. I don't know if they're going to be mad at me. But by the time we get to the house, it's around 9 o'clock because it was an hour away. My dad works the graveyard shift, and he always leaves for work at around 9 o'clock. So when me and my brother walk into my parents' house, my dad is dressed for work. He's getting ready to leave. And my dad is definitely the more hot-headed parent. So I don't know if he about to snap on me, spaz on me, what I'm about to get. So when I see him standing there, I'm so nervous, and I just kind of stand there and look. And he's standing there and looks at me. And he looks at me, and I look at him. And he looks at me, and I look at him. And he looks at me, and I look at him. And then he don't even say nothing to me. He just hugs me. And then he asks if I'm okay. And I'm shocked at this point, because I don't know where we go from here. I don't know what's about to happen. I don't know that if I say yes, I'm okay, then you're gonna snap on me. But the spaz out never came. He never tweaked out on me. He was just glad that I was okay. Because at that point, my mom had obviously told him what was going on. And needless to say, I was never allowed to go anywhere with Ashley again. And when we got to school the next day, because this was a Sunday, like I said, we got to school the next day, Monday, she's making jokes about the shit, laughing like it's funny, laughing at the fact that my mom was texting her and threatening her. Girl, ain't nothing funny. Nothing is funny. And really, in hindsight, I should have slapped the shit out of her for playing in my face like that, like some shit was funny. And honestly, she lucky I didn't get my ass whooped. Because then I would have had no choice but to whoop her ass for even putting me in that situation and getting my ass whooped. But, so I didn't get in trouble because everybody was just glad that I was okay. Her mom found out about what happened because apparently on her way back home that night, she stopped at a gas station in Mesquite using her mom's credit card. So her mom saw a gas station stop in Mesquite, Texas on the credit card statement and asked her about what happened. But there was no real consequence for her. Her mom just yelled at her and they had a fight. I wish I would just have a fight with my mama. That's not a thing. Grateful to my parents for being understanding in that situation and knowing that it was not my fault and I was taken against my will, okay? So that's why I said my friend kidnapped me. Appreciate them for not whooping me for that. Appreciate my brother for coming to get me too. Moral of the story, everybody ain't your friend. Everybody ain't your partner. And anybody that'll try to force you to go anywhere and put you in a fucked up situation is not your friend. And I got some other story times that I want to tell that are more recent, a little more juicy than that one. Like I want to tell a story about my narcissist ex-boyfriend. It gives very much who the F did I marry? And so I want to tell y'all about that. I'm just trying to figure out if I should tell y'all one long story time about that whole situation or break it up into episodes. Because that man did so much foolishness and so much foolery and was on so many shenanigans. I could turn it into a series. So like, let me know if I should break it up or do one super long story time. But either way, the story gonna get told, okay? So I would really appreciate if y'all would go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at ImBreannaB. Follow my makeup Instagram at Bree.TheArtist, Bree with 2 E's. I did this makeup today so that I could film some content for TikTok and take some pictures for my makeup Instagram. So go follow me on both of the places. Follow me on TikTok too. I don't even remember my TikTok, but I'll put it up on the screen. Auntie just started posting on TikTok for real. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed the story time. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on my socials. And I'll talk to y'all later.